very much like running away.
A girl! Run!
Girl! Running as far away as I could from this place. Far from this bus, gates, statues, and far from this bloody bird with its siesta.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Statues and far from this bloody bird with its siesta.
Yep.
What?
Just run, free like the wind, faster and faster, waving to the planets passing by, and winking to the galaxies. Run, becoming a pulsar ray, and turning into vestigial radiation. Run. What is he talking about?
What the fuck is he doing?
I don't even know. Oh my god. Run no matter where, as long as it's far away from this place.
Oh god.
Meanwhile, the girl came closer and smiled.
Hi there.
I could not help but notice her beauty, even though I was trembling with fear.
Hi.
Human instincts work despite of consciousness. While only 5% of the brain is responsible for cognitive responses, the remaining 95% are always busy sustaining life, and in particular ensuring stable functioning of the hormonal system.
He is really over-evaluating the situation. It's a girl.
Yep. You horny. I desperately wanted to get less complicated. I stopped thinking formal quotes from the encyclopedia.
Thank you.
Though my thoughts appeared one by one, being stupid, out of place, as if taken from an internal monologue of a hero of some junky, softcover crime fiction book.
Or a visual novel.
Yeah. A pretty Slavic face, long braids looking like 2 armfuls of fresh hay, and blue eyes, in which you could drown. Hi, you must have just arrived.
Yeah.
Sure or not? Yeah. Alright then, welcome. Sadie smiled broadly. Strange, it looked as if I had just a normal girl in front of me. Bah, I shouldn't have returned here. The woods and fields seemed better. But what shall I do next? Try to speak with her as if she was a human? Or run away or whatever? The blood was pumping unbearably in my head, tearing it apart from the inside. A little bit more, and the poor pioneer girl would be splattered with the hideous contents of my skull.
Well,
God,
sir.
Jesus Christ. What's funny about that? The girl gazed over me. It sent shivers down my spine, and my knees started to tremble. Nothing. Great then. Great. What's great about that? Suddenly I felt like letting it all be. The bus behind me, the winter yesterday and the summer today. Take off the itchy pullover and just believe that it was all real, that it was all meant to be, and that it all, at last, was for the better. And you must probably know, you should go to our camp leader. She'll tell you everything. Look, you go straight ahead to the square, then turn left, and you'll see small cabins. She pointed out at the gates, as if I knew what was behind them. Dimitri is a patronymic, a derivative of a person's father name, in this case, Dirimity put by Russians after the person's first name as a sign of respect or formal address. Okay.
I think that's pronounced Dimitri.
Dimitri, yeah.
I'm not sure, but just a guess.
Well, you can ask someone where Olga DM cabin is. Got it? Of course I didn't. And I got a gun, she just vanished. The girl waved her hand at me and disappeared behind the gates. It seemed as if for her, I was something ordinary. And all this show with the bus and the travelings and waking or sleeping or trembling only me. While here, everything was just like it was supposed to be. Camp leader, pioneer uniform. Are they making a historical reconstruction here? I hope I wouldn't find Lenin standing atop of an armored car at this square. But even that would not surprise me right now. After standing alone for a while, I headed into the camp.
I don't know why they mentioned Lenin. I mean, I may get the wrong idea here, but
Yes.
I don't know. From what we studied in sociology, Lenin...
It wasn't bad, it was Stalin that was the bad one.
Yeah, like Lenin... Like I said, I may have the wrong idea here. Someone might know something a little bit more, but...
Yep. Alright, mere 50 meters ahead, small one-story house has popped up on the left side. The billboard near the door said clubs. I was about to come closer, and then another girl.
Girl.
When the door suddenly opened, and a short girl wearing pioneer uniform came out. Her pretty face gave me an impression of bearing a torment for the fate of the whole mankind with a truly universal sorrow.
You just cannot have a happy moment.
Nope.
Oh God.
Did you leave the light on?
Huh?
Whoa. Did you leave the light on?
I don't think I even turned it on.
Go check. As soon as she saw me, the girl froze, as if frightened. Okay, just the overhead light?
Yep.
Gotcha. I froze too, considering what was the best thing to do. To approach first, or wait until she shows some initiative. Or maybe run away, after all. Although that last option was constantly suggested only by my self-preservation instinct. At least that's what I like to believe. You little bitch. Not the worst human instinct, but one far from being the most logical. If this instinct played poker against deductive abilities, this result would be predetermined. And those deductive abilities, or at least their resemblance, were hinting me that there was no need to be afraid of this girl.
Oh.
And then another. Suddenly somebody jumped out of the nearby bushes. A girl wearing a bright red t-shirt with the USSR written on it. I don't see USSR on that.
I really, really do think this is a translation here.
Yeah. Such exact reproduction of the age. She looked quite short from the distance, but probably younger than both pioneer girls at the gates, and from this girl at the gates, and this girl at the door of the clubs.
Clubs? Shifting slightly to the right.
At last I decided to come closer. But the USSR, as I called her in my mind, jumped to the first girl and started telling something while sawing the air.
Sawing the air?
The other girl, in turn, seemed confused, looked down, and made no reply. I would have probably continued to observe their amusing dialogue, but the USSR suddenly pulled something out of her pocket and started shaking it in front of the first girl's face.
Why did she change color?
Oh no.
She went from red to pink.
This something turned out to be a grasshopper. Screw the first girl. She must not be too keen on insects, as she instantly rushed towards where Lenin presumably made his speech about the accomplished workers' and peasants' revolution.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
That's to say, towards the square.
Thank you for...
USSR glanced at me, grinned playfully, and dashed after her.
Well, like, shifted to the left after her.
Not a bad start of the day. I have absolutely no clue where I am. Besides that, there are some kids here. Role-playing pioneers. And, as far as I can tell, this place is located thousands of kilometers away from my home. It might even be a different reality.
Who cares?
This was indeed a reality. I mean, everything around me seemed so real, if a little embellished, that I was starting to fall into thinking that, in fact, my previous life could have been just a dream. And what should I do now?
Walk to the camp leader?
Yep. Nope. I was picking the cracks in the tiles which paved the pathway, stared aimlessly at the club's building. Just a few more seconds before I had to come up with some decision. That's when I recalled myself rolling on the grass, weeping. I cringed in disgust. Perhaps it's another instinct. When all energy and whimpering and self-pitying is used up, the body either goes into hibernation or mobilizes its reserves. Mine seemed to have chosen the second option, because out of the blue, I got this determination to figure out what was going on. And in order to do that, I had to act like a man.
Act?
Like a human. To maintain the dignity and of a representative of my own world. I followed the path to the left and to the right, of which stood small cabins, apparently homes of the local pioneers.
What a pretty place.
Actually, they look quite cozy from the outside. Even though I was born in the Soviet Union, I'd never been part of its children organizations, neither the pioneers nor even the younger October children. I imagined the daily life of a typical pioneer camp a bit differently. Huge barracks with long rows of metal bunks, wake-up call at 6 o'clock, played by a siren, 1 minute to make your bed, then joining formation at the drill square. Or wait. Could I be confusing with something else? I was suddenly hit on the back.
Ow.
I staggered but remained on my feet. Turned around and prepared to become a